Hey class, it's time for science now, and we're going to review the scientific method. The scientific method has, I'm not going to tell you how many steps it is. I want you to turn to your neighbor, ask the question, don't answer it, ask the question, how many steps are in the scientific method? How many steps are in the scientific method? Ask. Class. All right. How many steps are in the scientific method? Are you ready? All right, hopefully you said 7, because there are 7 steps in the scientific method, and we're going to start with the first one. But I've already changed the gesture for step 1. Are you ready to see the new gesture for the scientific method? All right, here it is. So the first step is to set a purpose. Set a purpose. State a problem as a testable question. State the problem as a testable question. Set a purpose. State the problem as a testable question. Teach. Class. We're teaching step 1 of the scientific method, so make sure you're teaching step 1. Teach. Class. All right, let's talk about step 2. Do you remember step 2? Think about it up here. Don't say it out loud. What is step 2? What is step 2? I remember step 2 of the scientific method is research. Gather information about your problem. Step 2 is research. Gather information about your problem. Teach. Switch. Class. All right, let's do the first 2 steps of the scientific method all together. Mirrors. The scientific method. Step 1, set a purpose. State the problem as a testable question. Step 2, research. Gather information about your problem. Mirror with words. Scientific method. Step 1, set a purpose. State a problem as a testable question. Step 2, research. Gather information about your problem. Great job. Let's review step 3. Step 3 is form a hypothesis. Step 3 is form a hypothesis. What might happen if, then? Form a hypothesis. If, then. Teach step 3. Class. You know what? The peanut butters have gotten to do a lot of the teaching. So the next time we teach, I want the jellies to start. All right. We've done the first 3 steps of the scientific method. Let's review. Mirror. Scientific method. Step 1. Set a purpose. State a problem as a testable question. Step 2. Research. Gather information about your problem. Step 3. Form a hypothesis. If this happens, then this might happen. All right, time for step 4, and I know you're ready for step 4 because you liked step 4's gesture the most. All right, step 4 is experiment. Ha 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 ha. Remember, we're like an evil scientist experimenting. Step 4 is experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct investigations to gather data. Step 4, experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct an investigation to gather data. Mirror. Step 4, Experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct an investigation to gather data. Step 4, experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct an investigation to gather data. Mirror with words. Experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct an investigation to gather data. Step 4, experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct an investigation to gather data. You're going to teach step 4 using your best evil scientist laugh and great big gestures. Just step 4. Teach. Class. Class, class. Hands and eyes. Oh, great lean. Thank you, guys. Mrs. Haggard, did you see that great lean? They've been working really hard on that. All right, we've got the first 4 steps of the scientific method. We need to get through the rest of them so you have time to practice on the worksheet that I have for you. All right, we got step 1, set a purpose. State a problem as a testable question. Step 2, oh, hold on, I made a mistake. I want you guys to mirror. Some of you were already mirroring because you were thinking of what I was thinking. But I want everyone to mirror my gestures right now. Mirror. Great job. Mirror. Oh, mirrors don't talk. Scientific method. Step 1. Set a purpose. State a problem as a testable question. Step 2. Research. Gather information about your problem. Step 3. Form a hypothesis. If, then. Step 4. Experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct an investigation to gather data. All right, step 5. Now you need to record your data. Step 5, record your data. Record what happened. What did you observe? Record your data. What happened? What did you observe? Step 5, record your data. Teach. Big gestures. Class. All right, time for step 6. This one I really like because you know I love to write. I almost gave away step 6, and I wanted you to tell your neighbor what step 6 was. I gave a clue. Hopefully you were listening. Tell your neighbor what step 6 of the scientific method is. I'm listening for complete sentences as answers. What is step 6 of the scientific method? And I gave you a hint. Teach. Class. I heard some people who knew what step 6 was. Step 6 is write a conclusion. Step 6 is write a conclusion. Write a conclusions. What are the results? Was your hypothesis correct? Step 6, write a conclusion. What are the results? Was your hypothesis correct? Step 6, write a conclusion. What are the results? Was your hypothesis correct? Step 6. Step 6, teach. Class, that was a lot to remember on step 6, but we're going to review them all after we remember step 7. Step 7, we're going to pretend like we're Vanna White. Are you remember? Step 7 is presentation. Step 7, presentation. share your findings. Step 7, presentation, share your findings. Teach. Class, class. Hands and eyes. Great lean. Oh, there was one over there too. Great job. All right, we are going to do the whole thing. All 7 steps of the scientific method. First, you're going to mirror. Then we're going to do mirror with words. And then you are going to teach your neighbor all 7 steps. And we're going to switch. So when it's time for you to teach all 7 steps, the video is going to be over. So Mrs. Haggard's going to be looking for all 7 steps. She's going to ask you to switch, and then the other person's going to give all 7 steps. But let's do it together first. All right, mirror. Scientific method. Step 1, set a purpose. State a problem as a testable question. Step 2, research. Gather information about your problem. Step 3, form a hypothesis. If, then. Step 4, experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct an investigation to gather data. Step 5, record your data. What happened? What did you observe? Step 6, write a conclusion. What are the results? Was your hypothesis correct? Step 7, presentation. Share your findings. All right, I saw some gestures from most people. If I was here to actually mark on the smiley and frowny board, could I mark a smiley for everyone using gestures? I hope so. All right, time for mirror words. This is going to take a while, but I want everyone following along. And remember, I have a set of eyes in the classroom watching you for a good job. Here we go. Mirror with words. Scientific method. Step 1. Set a purpose. State a problem as a testable question. Step 2. Research. Gather information about your problem. Step 3. Form a hypothesis. If, then. If, then. Step 4. Experiment. Ha 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 ha. Conduct an investigation to gather data. Step 5. Record data. What happened? What did you observe? Step 6. Write a conclusion. Step 6. Write a conclusion. What are the results? Was your hypothesis correct? Step 7. Presentation. Share your findings. All right, I'm all done. Now it's your turn to teach your partner all 7 steps of the scientific method. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Remember, keep your dear teacher happy, and that's not just me, that's Mrs. Haggard too. Remember to follow all the rules and make smart choices as you do all of your teaching. Do a great job, guys. Thanks.